95.7 The Game. The Bay Area's only FM sports station.
As this game got underway tonight between the A's and the Texas Rangers, the Rangers could look at the out-of-town scoreboard and realize if the magic number was going to drop for them to clinch their second consecutive American League West, they were going to have to do it on their own because the Angels had a comfortable lead late in their contest on the road against the Toronto Blue Jays. As it turns out, they did all the heavy lifting themselves, and it began in the first inning after Ian Kinsler hit a fly ball to right, and Elvis Andrus struck out against Rich Harden, and he was getting ahead of all the hitters early tonight. Josh Hamilton on a 3-2 pitch after he was down 0-2, a soft base hit to right. Then Michael Young 0-2, got his 199th career hit on a fly ball to shallow left that for a moment in the twilight, Hideki Matsui hesitated on and he could not make the play. Then Adrian Beltre stepped in. He has been the nemesis of nemesis for the A's this year. He's hit 7 home runs against the Athletics this season, and he decided to add Rich Harden to that list tonight. 1-1 the count, and the pitch swung on, driven towards center and deep. Back on it is Coco Crisp at the wall and off the back wall. Adrian Beltre has burned the A's again. A 2-out, 3-run shot to center field, his 28th of the year. And 8 of those have come against the Athletics. He scores Hamilton and Young, and Texas jumps to a 3-0 lead. It's amazing how this inning has changed, how it turned for Texas, because the first 2 batters were retired by Rich Harden, and he was 0-2 on Josh Hamilton. And now he's down 3-0. As it turns out, Beltre has hit 2 home runs against Trevor Cahill. He's got Gio Gonzalez as well this year. He's also connected against Andrew Kerrigan, Josh Outman, Brandon McCarthy, and now he adds Rich Harden to the list. On to the second inning, a leadoff double by Nelson Cruz against Harden, and then eventually he got to third base. 2 outs in the inning, maybe a chance for Harden to escape without allowing a run, but his own wildness got in the way this time. Here's the 1-1. Fastball up and away, got away from Suzuki out of the crouch and went all the way back to the screen, and Cruz, even with his bad leg, can jog home with the Rangers' 4th run of the night. A huge, wild pitch from Rich Harden. I mean, that thing sailed way out of the zone, so much so that Suzuki tried to jump and somehow knock it down as it exploded above his catcher's helmet. And once it got off his glove and went back to the screen, that allowed Cruz to waltz home. As it turns out, there would be a bright moment in the top of the second inning for the Athletics. It came on defense, and it came from center field. There's a swing and a soft fly ball to center field. Coming on forward, Coco into a dive, and Coco makes a tumbling catch and hangs on for out number 3. A great effort by Coco Crisp. He stole a hit away from Elvis Andrus. But Texas adds a run. 1 hit, 1 wild pitch, nobody left, and an outstanding play by Coco Crisp. On to the bottom of the second. A's trail at 4-0. We would hear from Coco later on tonight. Derek Holland, meanwhile, who was going for his 15th win of the year, was pitching rather effectively against the Athletics. He allowed 1 hit through the first couple of innings. That was an opposite field single by Hideki Matsui, and then Michael Young in the third inning reached another milestone that few people have done in their careers, and he did it against the A's tonight. And here comes Michael Young, right-hand batter, looking for his 200th hit, and he just got it. Spanks it into right field. Hamilton around third. Here comes the throw by Taylor all the way to the plate. It skips away from Suzuki, and Hamilton slides in with a run. On to second base on the play is Michael Young, and it is 5-0 Texas. It was base hit number 200 on the season for Michael Young, the 6th time in his major league career he has reached that lofty number. More damage done by the Texas ball club against Rich Harden, still pitching in the third inning. 1 out, Michael Young at second base. And Mike Napoli, who's been a long-time terrorizer of A's pitching, was at the plate, this time wearing Ranger colors. Now Napoli stands in. He swings and drills one up the middle, a base hit by Harden and through to center. Around third is Young, and the Rangers are just pouring it on right now. They've got a 6-0 lead on Rich Harden and the A's. Napoli a 7-game hitting streak and 68 RBIs on the year. Man, these guys, they just come out of the dugout with their hitting shoes on, and they do not stop at all. Pitch right out over the middle of the plate, and Napoli just got all of it. His 7-game hitting streak now for Napoli. At that point, he was 13 for his last 23. Murphy and Cruz would be retired by Harden, but that would be it for Rich on the night. Just 3 innings for Harden. He is 0-4 this year against the American League West as he surrendered 6 runs on 7 base hits. We mentioned when the A's are down in this kind of game, they were out-hit 14-3. Very few bright spots, but a first in the Major League career for Michael Taylor came in inning number 5. 3-2 pitch launched to deep left by Taylor. Back on it is Hamilton to the track at the wall and on the steps. Michael Taylor, take a deep breath. You just got your first big league home run. And that was a no-doubter.
And that is what you call trying to be a little cute. 3-2 count. This young man has been blowing him away with fastballs all day, and he tries a backdoor slider. And us in the scout world call those cement mixers. And when you throw those up there to those big guys that are swole up in the arms, that is what normally happens.
Well, a lot of high fives, certainly, and a big smile for Michael Taylor as he connects on his first big league home run, gets the A's on the board. They trail 6-1. Finally, a shift in momentum coming the A's way. Michael, who had 16 home runs at AAA this year, absolutely crushed the pitch from Derek Holland. Still working with Shooty Babbitt on some cement mixer T-shirts to be given away at some point before the year is over on the A's radio network. Keep your keep your ears to the dial. We'll see if we can come up with something before the year is out. So the A's are down 6-1 at that point on to the 8th inning. As it turns out, the A's pitching staff with Graham Godfrey, he threw 4 shutout frames for the A's from the 4th through the 7th innings. Then Michael Wirtz came on in the 8th. He retired Andy Chavez, but walked Ian Kinsler and surrendered a base hit to Elvis Andrus. On came Jerry Blevins. He struck out Josh Hamilton on a sweeping breaking ball, but Michael Young continuing to have another solid night at the plate for Texas. The unquestioned team leader of this Texas team. The pitch swung on line to left. He's going to drive in a run. It bounces in front of Matsui. He grabs it on the backhand, scoring Kinsler from third base. Up to second is Andrus. Hit number 201. RBI number 104 for Young. That's a new career high, and the Texas lead is now 7-1. And one final highlight for the Athletics. Bottom of the 9th inning, Derek Holland went 7. He allowed 1 run on 2 hits. Mark Lowe worked a 1-2 3/8. Michael Kirkman came on in the 9th inning, and Coco Chris trying to send another not-so-gentle reminder that he liked to come back to the Coliseum in 2012. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Kirkman is 25 years of age. He's from Lake City, Florida, a 5th-round pick back in 2005. Made his debut last year in 14 games. Spent most of this year at AAA Round Rock. A swing by Coco and a long drive to left. This is up, over, and out into the seats for Coco Crisp. His 8th home run of the year as he greets Michael Kirkman. And the A's trim the deficit to 7-2. That would be the final. Derek Holland his 15th win. Rich Harden his 4th loss. And Texas' magic number is now down to 4. We'll get to the scoreboard starting with the senior circuit when we come back to the Coliseum after this.